comes a new challenger. Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight. Ken wins! Round one. Fight!
My bad. Oh, why did you try it? With panache.
Round two. Fight!
Whoa, what? Which one is his 6 feet? Oh, why would you do that?
Ed wins! Round one. Fight!
Wow. My bad. What? Yo, Enable, what's up, bro?
Round two. Fight!
Oh, I thought I could get it from there. Oh, where's my hit control? Oh, that's not gonna kill. That's fine. I'm using Ed now. No, really. Oh, whoa, wrong one. It's the other way. What's that? Oh, it's the other way around. My bad. Not really. I'm just messing around. Whether it's top 5, not really. I'm not really too worried about that. Oh, what? Oh, good. I'm just a Terry main. Wow. Wow. Oh, why is it? Is it my connection? What are the small things you notice in the Japan that we need to work on with in SA? I'll tell you now. There's actually quite a lot in this. Well, first of all, it's the ground game. I think Japan has just a better ground game than quite a lot of people in this scene, if not 99%. Like that one there, I don't know what he did there, but he could have won that. Yeah, I think the ground game is something that they were competitive. Even at low level, you still get people that will whiff punish you for whiffing, I think. Oh, wow. It's either I did it late or. My bad. And the fact that he's got that is what makes him very good. And when I say the ground game, I mean generally like just the movement, That's fine. How you doing, bud? Man. Yo, what's up, Gambo? I knew you wanted to do that. So yeah, as I was saying, they're probably the only region in the world that takes Fundy seriously. Now, actually, it's quite a lot of regions. You know, I think the big problem with SA as well is the fact that there's a too much focus on the system mechanic and the character rather than what you can do as a player. And what I mean by that, I mean there's a heavy focus on drive rushing in when you know someone can check it, and once they check it, it's like GG's for you. Rather than, okay, how can I open this guy up without using the system mechanic? And then the system mechanic is more of a bonus. Oh, what? Yo, what's up, Murambi? Oh, wow. Do Japanese abuse drive rush and DI as much? No, not really. They do abuse drive rush, to be honest, but it's not like their main focus. Wow. I was gonna whip punish that. One hit and you're dead, bro. Oh no, what? Oh, my bad. What's the passcode to the room? The universal one. 1245 or 4 or 54 5412. Now that I knew was coming. Oh, what? My bad. It shows I'm not an A player, hey? But nah, I don't think you're winning that one. Yeah, drive rush they do abuse, I won't lie, but DI is practically useless because they don't oh, I thought I got hit from there. That's a legit punish, by the way. Wow. Okay. done that way too many times, bruv. Oh wow. Will he hit? I've never seen that before, but I just thought, hey, let me try it out. So they use mediums and heavies to poke. I wonder why Mana does well against them. I'm gonna tell you something about Mana because I played him. I was helping him practice the Terry matchup. Oh wow. Yeah, all Geefs do this, eh? Even in Japan, all Geefs are gonna reset into the head part. Ita-san loves that. Okay. When I played Mena, he was struggling against Terry big time. And when I say struggling, I mean he was struggling against Terry because he didn't understand which like how to approach the character, you know. So he was asking me, oh, I thought I got the whip punch. Wow. Nice. He was asking me which character does better against Terry. So he tried Blanca, which personally I feel Terry does well against Blanca. Wow. That was not even a punish. Interesting. My bad. Yeah, so when I was playing Mena, he comes up with a strategy specific thing. Yeah, so it's not necessarily that the Japanese struggle against him. It's just more of he knows how to. Oh wow, how did I miss that? He knows how to strategize. You know, even in Street Fighter V, when he played Ending Walker in tournament for the first time, and he brought out Birdie. And he brought out Birdie for the first time. Nobody knew that Birdie was a counter against Ed. Well, people did know, but they didn't know to the extent that you can't do that. You didn't have life. They didn't know to the extent that Mena knew. And Mena was practicing, from my understanding, if I remember correctly, he was practicing the matchup with Punk. You know, the Ed matchup with Punk. You know, and yeah, the reason why that didn't hit is because he hit me with the knee, so I got counter hit. That would have worked if I blocked, but because I got hit, I was still in hit stun. That's why the level 3 didn't work. But yeah, let me just change the room settings. So yes, Mena strategizes particularly against the character, not the player. So he basically comes out and sits with the strategy. When I played his Bison, I hardly lose against Bisons. Doesn't matter which level the Bison player is. I hardly lose against Bison and Kens. But his Bison was particularly bad, like it was particularly hard for me because of how he strategized against for Terry. You know, but his Blanca, I think the sets were pretty close, you know. I did have killed actually. Oh, I didn't think I was gonna kill. Yo, what's up, Fireblazer? Hope you got them replays ready for me, eh? I'm playing Terry now, bro. try to throw it. That as well, they do. The Japanese do quite a while, quite good at. It's hard to throw them. I mean, it's hard to stun them, to be honest. I don't know how Angry Bird is so good at that. Oh, I think you did. It's hard to stun the Japanese because they're so good at throwing your DI, you know, and so good at doing super. Even at low level. And I guess, oh man, that's why I don't like this matchup. It's so hard to whiff punish Akuma. Okay, that's fine with me. Never mind, that is easy to whiff punish, bro. Not bad. Didn't make that bad. Oh, what? Man, this guy's walk speed is too fast for my liking. Oh, what? Yo, what's up, Crown Prince? Am I not playing City of the Wolves? No. I'll see it on release. I'll see the full release of the game. Man, that's my bad. What am I doing? Okay, I was playing dumb then. Now I need to just be... I just need to play the matchup. Seriously. Man, I'm pretty sure I can grab that under lower ping, because I keep trying to grab it and I know I can, but I miss it there. Oh, I like those. No, I'm just spending it to get the max damage. He's got one less guess. Nice. Oh no, why would you do that? Akuma and health issues. The one thing about Akuma's demon flips, if you back rise, it never crosses up. That was a change that was done in like the 2.5 season. If you back rise, if he does like a BMB combo, and you back rise, he will never cross you up.
Round one. Fight.
JP. I still think this. Oh wow, you just did Amnesia there. No. Huh. I actually wonder if maybe I didn't. Can't do that. I need to test something. Just something I just thought of. Eh? You don't want one more? Oh. This is actually legit, by the way. The back throw into stand heavy punch is actually pretty. It's that you can't check that. He has to perfect parry or do a wake up reversal. No. No. Oh wow. Oh what? You did twice? So yeah, we'll run about 2 sets and then after we'll head into the replays.
Round two. Fight.
With panache. I had a feeling they was gonna do something like that. Yeah, not on me, bro. Are you okay?
Terry wins.
Perfect Parry Fireball is very powerful in this game, especially against Ken. Yeah, you're right. Against Ken, it's pretty bad for him. Well, especially if you can perfect parry from a close range, because on him it's always a punish.
New challenger.
JP, if you perfect parry the EX Fireball, you can always drive rush punish. The normal ones is always a risk. Oh, you blocked this here, you did. There's nothing you can do. He was supposed to parry that. The fact that he didn't parry and I forced him into burnout, I was just gonna chip him out. That whole string is legit. The minute you block the first power, yeah, the minute you block the My bad. The minute you block the 5-0, it's GG's. Oh, what? That was my parry.
Fight round. Fight.
With panache. Yeah, I know that always looks like it's the other side. No, you were way too far.
Terry wins. Round 1. Fight.
Man, do you know how much I hate purple parry? And I use it. Are they here? Oh man, they didn't get those. I probably should have kept it at 2 string. Then I think we wouldn't be able to drive reverse. Oh. That's fine.
Zongia wins. Round 1. Fight.
Oh, why did you press? Oh, what? Oh no, why would you do that? Can't do that. Dude, I'm full. Dude, I know this matchup in and out, bruv. Murambi, clip that. Clip that one, Murambi.
Round 2. Fight.
How do you manage against Sunny? I win big time. But I'll tell you how. I can't believe you still. Oh no, you're in Burnham. Oh no, he got the parry at the last second. Oh, what? Why didn't you go for the other one? Man, what did I do there? I'm pretty good against Sunny, very good, because of how he plays. But we'll chat about that. Oh, man. Oh, wow. I thought it. And luckily for you, I can't side switch, eh? I was wondering if you could do that, but you can't do level 1. I thought he was gonna get his meter back.
Terry wins.
Yeah, that crack shoot mix up. He can't. Well, it's not really a mix up. It's just a crack shoot loop. He can't do nothing about that one unless he's got the, as you saw, level 2, not level 1. But yeah, how do I manage against Sunny? I just play footsies, to be honest. Like, I'm not really. Like, Sunny's the player that likes taking themselves to the corner. I'm the player that welcomes you to take yourself to the corner and then capitalizes on punishing you for that. You know, so once I have you in the corner, I just work on stripping down your drive gauge. Oh no. Wow. I forgot this guy, Fundies, don't exist here, okay? Oh man. Oh. Actually, funny enough, there I pressed parry plus drive impact. That's like wait a minute. That's fine. You in burnout. Maybe not. Yeah, you're in burnout. I can melee drive impact if I want. Or I can dash out. Up to me. GG's. That one is guaranteed. You can't throw that one. You have to super it. You can't throw, you can't jump out. You can't jump out. And it's only on the normal level 3. My bad. Iron Man. Damn, he didn't press it immediately. Oh, he has to pay. Okay, no, he doesn't have to.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh, where's my drive rush? I got a nice whip punish. Get back, get back, get back, get back. Man. Hey, man. Will this work? My bad. I deserve that. Again, I'm too late. Guys, okay, I need to practice that, eh? GG's, it's replay time. Yeah, after this one, I'm doing the replays. This guy's like, no fundies, whatever, hey? My bad. What are you doing, kid? I need my drive meter back. All right, yo, Samurai. Hey, Samurai Beef. Is that your name? Am I saying it correctly? You got your replays lined up? Oh yeah, Samurai Beef. Welcome, bruv. Much appreciated for tuning in on stream. Where your replay, gents? Where your replays? Icon, Sequela, you're saying it's replay time now, but where's the replay? Sending. The way Terry just walks JP down is too lit for me. I think it's just more of the fact that his fireballs can actually challenge JP, but from a certain range, because from up close he's gonna just EX fireball me. But from long range, if he does EX Fireball, level 1, which is why I do the EX Fireball a lot, because I can just level 1. Hey Marambi, which replay are you aware? I saw when you jammed first mod on his return, he had no answer, and that OD Fireball is a great shield for gaining space and neutralizing the zoning. His zoning. Yeah, OD Fireball is actually pretty good. Terry's one is very good, you know, because he's like, I think he's like the only character who can OD Fireball and just walk behind it, not even like dash. Walk behind it. I don't think besides him, like any other character can do that. It's a super version. It's like a super version of Jerry's kick. What? Which kick? What are you referring to? Hi, Murambi. What are you doing, bruv? Okay, I see it now. Just give me a second. Yeah, why won't it let me copy this thing? I'd have to enter it manually. It's fine. Okay. Damn, you got smoked. Angry Bird doesn't like this matchup, you know, and he would rather play the Akuma Mirror. I just never understood why, to be honest. I do think the fireballs are good. Oh, that's a punish. Oh, I think that's a punish. Yeah, that's a punish, bro. And he knew it. That's why he pressed parry. He knew that this is a punish. So what happened after that? So he didn't punish. Okay. Yeah, this you actually did this twice, you know, and it's very important because you know the one thing in Street Fighter 6 that I'll tell you, know, that I started doing when I started thinking of ways to improve is I started looking out for low forwards whiffing, because that's everybody's go-to button for low forward to whiff, and you mistime the spacing. You know, there's the first one, you mistime the spacing, and you could have been in the corner for this. Okay, that's a punish, but okay, and then you preemptively thought he's in range, and you mistimed it again. This time he actually punished you. Take the throw. Okay, that's fine. You thought he was gonna throw you, but did he try shimmy you? I'm curious. Yeah, he actually tried to shimmy you, I think, but I think he decided late. Yeah, you see, I think he decided late, or just not. He's probably not used to the situation, which is why wake up immediate throw probably got him. It'll be a delayed throw, but okay. I did this very same mistake versus Kevin. I got the parry, and then I tried to throw him, and I did the very same thing. So I can't really blame you for that. That I think loses to a DP. Oh, it's the empty jump. If he had pressed the button, I think it. Yeah, if it was an empty jump, I think it would lose to a 5-frame DP. I just don't know about I mean, if he had pressed the button. Oh, well, that still loses to the DP. Huh. Interesting. I was curious about this. No, he probably. I think it's because he held up. He held up immediately. You know, I think it's because he held up immediately. I don't think that loses to the DP unless he pressed a button in the air. But I think because he held up immediately. Let me check. Does it hit him while he's still in the air? Does it hit him while he's still in the air? Kind of looks like it does. But yeah, I think he was trying to bait out the throw.
Round 2. Fight.
Okay, nice DP. Oh, wait, what did you do? Yeah, everybody tries to do. Oh wait, what button did you press? You pressed. Oh, you pressed that. No, I don't think you can do that. I need to check, but I don't think you can do press. Okay, let's see. So you did this. I'm getting the counter hit, but why weren't you getting it? Oh no, wait, it's actually. Okay, so I was kind of right to say that you can't do jab into stand light kick, especially from up close. Yeah, especially from up close, because you see you can't do that. But if you did another jab, a stand jab, it was gonna counter hit him. Oh, snap! What happened here? And that whenever that button hits, I just think GG's. Shit. you took chances. Again, I don't think this is a safe jump, eh? I think there's something wrong Mark is doing. Okay, no, it is a safe jump. I'm wrong. But he presses a button immediately, so that's why okay, it is a safe jump. I thought it wasn't a safe jump, but it is a safe jump. That one is I guess it's just one of the strings of Street Fighter 6. You know what's your biggest issue in general? You know, Murambi, your biggest issue in general is your defensive choices. You know, you always go to parry as a defensive choice. I don't think you was playing fast here, and I think you preemptively think the opponent is gonna do A, B, and C. You know, I mean, you probably saw that your punishes weren't. You didn't punish certain moves. You know, which is not good. Absolutely not good. But I think at the core of the problems that you are having is your defensive options. And let me show you what I mean. You know. Okay, he got this and DP. Drive rush, when you from this range means fucking block. You know. From this range means fucking block unless you've gotten a read on his habits and you know he might try to throw or something. So because he might try to throw, he might miss time to throw. But when you see drive rush, it means fucking block from this range. And you went for the jab. You see, so your defensive options are at its core. You're very, and here's another one. You went for the parry. I mean, I guess parrying safe jumps is not a bad idea, to be honest. It's not a bad idea, but you've gone to this option quite a few times. I think you probably did a super. So yes, at the core, your issue is defensively, you are gambling way too much. You know, let's check it a knockdown, another knockdown situation too, so you can understand what I'm talking about. You know, again, this is what I mean when I say you are gambling too much. And this killed you in the second round. You see, in the second round, it killed you. You see, because of you're not looking at the situation. You are more thinking, oh, if he messes up, I'm gonna counter hit him. You know, you gamble way too much in certain situations. You know, I get nobody wants to get throw looped. You know, but this is a game where you have to make an executive decision, but not one where it's obvious you're gonna get counter hit. You know. Okay, there you delayed throw, which I don't mind this option, to be honest, to try and jump out. You know, try and jump out because you'll get cross cut but you'll still be out of the corner. You know, and then here you immediate throw because you're afraid of going back in the corner. So, but those kind of decisions are, you have to do something, you know. But yes, at the core, before we even get to your neutral space, at the core of your issue is your defensive options. You gamble way too much in situations where you need to block. You know, I would suggest maybe moving forward, focus on like, just focus on trying out new defensive options. You know, like, okay, if I think this guy's gonna throw backdash. You know, okay, from this range, the drive rush is too close. Let me just block. You know, if he tries shimmy, you're in a good position because it's walking back. You know, but if you're low on drive meter, maybe parry, because you're low on drive meter, you need to build it back. But yes, you need to play around with those options there. And then next time we can start looking at maybe what did you do in neutral. But at the core, I think your issue is defensively rather than offensively. It's a topic for another day, to be honest, because we got to take it one step at a time. Okay, there you delayed throw, which I mean, I don't mind this option, to be honest, because you got to take it one step at a time. But yes, at the core, I think your issue is defensively rather than offensively. It's a topic for another day, to be honest, because we got to take it one step at a time. Fuck, this thing is not allowing me to to copy, so I have to type it in manually. It's fine. Let me do. I'll get to you, Tepo. I just want to start with Sequeda quick. Sequeda, I'm just gonna do one, and then we're gonna hit to Tepo. Then I'll come back to your one and Murambi's one. Let's see which number did I get wrong here. DB64Q. Huh? Sequeda, I think you did something wrong here, eh? Unless I'm blind or my dyslexia is kicking in. So DGEV8 B64Q. Nah, Sequeda, something is not right with that replay, bruv. Did you manually type it in? KPR942J. Okay, you see this one, I can see. Yeah, I could tell you manually type it in, eh? Okay, hi, if you don't mind, I'd like to get some inputs on my replay as well. No sweat, you can just put your replays inside the chat. You know, I'll do yours after Murambi's, because after this one, I'm going to do Tepo's one. And then we're going to look at Murambi, then we'll get to you. But yeah, just put it in the chat. I do this every Friday. Well, started last Friday, but I do this every Friday. I think matchup wise, this should be in your favor, to be honest. You know, matchup wise, I think because when I speak to Bison players, I hear that they don't like this matchup. Nice. He did the Lariat NTA instead of the back fierce. At Capcom Cup, there's an option select for this that Keith can do. Mena and Itazan were teaching Zangief Belado. So basically, you do that, and I couldn't get the conversation properly, but I think you need to ask around about this, because the common defensive options we all are going to use against this, after light kick into drive rush, we're going to drive reversal because you can't do nothing about that. But that's also a false statement. You can do something about that. Basically, what Keith can do is he's got an option select where he does a light kick into that grab, the kick, that grab that grabs kicks. You know, so you like do two inputs into one. It's a drive rush plus that. The other move with the kick will only come out if the opponent did a drive reversal. You know, it grabs all drive reversals. I just didn't hear the conversation properly, but I saw them teaching Itazan and Mano were teaching Zangief Belado, because this is what all Keiths do. But yes, I think you need to ask around about that one because it's very powerful. Yeah, this I think you missed time, but it is what it is. Yeah, Itazan is so good at noticing that this is too far and the second one's gonna whiff. You know. Oh, he didn't punish you in time. Okay. Nice. Okay. I do think, and you know me and you have had this conversation before, and you know I've told you multiple times that this should be a go-to anti-air, you know, because the positioning is just so good for you. You know, you're plus 26. I mean, the positioning is so good for you. So use, you know, I've said this a lot. Use the Lariat anti-air a lot. It's two buttons. Like, it's two buttons. And what Zangief Belado does, when you're in the corner, he doesn't go straight for the kill. He lets you kill yourself. So he waits for the opponent to jump out, and then he'll do EX Lariat into the SPD. You must check his games. He did it on me and Tokido. But I like this, you know. Make them panic a bit on defense. Oh, but man, are you whiffing. Damn, I hate that. That is so cheap, and I don't know why Geese players don't use that a lot. The crouch medium kick after drive rush, because from my understanding, there, correct me if I'm wrong, but I know this is a true string. You know, because this is very powerful. If it's a true string, the DP doesn't come out, and because the opponent will try to do a DP, the character will stand up first. So this is very good. Because it's very hard to do DP, stand up, and go down again immediately. You can do it, but I mean, it's also a lot of work. It is a true okay. Okay. Can you wait? Can you not punish that? I'm pretty sure you can. I need to check this one. Oh, guess you can't. I thought you could. Unless you want to be a madman. Unless you want to be a madman, but I thought you could. I guess if while space you can't punish that. You preemptively, and this is, I was telling someone last week, and what I told Morambi, preemptive. I said, I think who was that guy? I was an Ed player. I said to him, when you preemptively press buttons, you open yourself to get whiff punished. You know, it's hard. I know it's hard to not preemptively press buttons, and I know the reason I know it's hard is because I started there as well. That's what I did a lot. You know, yes, Ash Ashin. You know, I was telling that when you preemptively press buttons, you automatically put yourself in a position where it's easy for you to get whiff punished, you know, because you saying to yourself he's going to walk into his space, but remember you're playing another human being on the other side, you know, so it's things might not always work your way unless you have a set play for a knockdown situation. Then you can dictate what the guy can do, but in neutral, that's where you can't dictate what he's going to do. You can only hope he does that. Morambi, much appreciated for the gift sub. Tempo, much appreciated for the follow. You see, and this is how you got the jumping. That's nice, that's nice. I want to see people do that a lot more. Especially on the normal one. The EX one, not so much. Yeah, okay. I was also going to do that, to be honest. Okay, nice. Okay. Nice. Oh no! That was not counter hit. That was not counter hit, Sequele. Oh no. Because I think he tried to backdash. Okay, wait, that didn't. Oh wait. Never mind. But yes, he tried to backdash, and you caught him with a light kick. But unfortunately, this was not counter hit. Oh, but you still won. That's good. You know what I'd like to see you do more of, you know, in terms of really making people panic, is not be afraid to command grab if someone is in a corner. Have what I want to see you do is have a set play for making people jump. When I played Mika, I would Use Brimstone, which is the one, you know, where she goes on top, that she throws you down, and then dash up throw, or dash up delayed throw, just to see what they're gonna do. You know, if it's an opponent that sits and block, I'm gonna command grab him a couple of times. But I want to see you have a set play to say, I'm gonna command grab this guy once, drive rush in, drive rush and walk back, and see what is he gonna do. Is he gonna start holding up? You know, and then have a set play that if he holds up, just neutral jump, I'm gonna press stand heavy kick to punish him out the air. If he jumps towards me, EX lariat, eat the damage. You know, I want to see you do more of those set plays when you're in the corner, because I do think that's like a crucial thing you lack. You know, you're too busy thinking that people are gonna sit and block, you know, or they're not gonna mash super. Gief has that threat, you know, like he makes people dance. Regardless of who you are, when Gief has you in the corner, you're going to dance. So I want to see you do a lot more of that. I do think your neutral is good, but obviously if I'm playing you, I know that you have when you get zoned a few times, you tend to get antsy and start jumping, you know. But in matchups like this, I think you should be good. This was a good decision. The side switch was also a good decision. You're in a good position. You caught him trying to hold up. You know, you caught him trying to hold up. That was a free lariat. You know, that was a free lariat after the. Wait, hold on. Did I do something wrong? Yeah, that was a free lariat. Now you've conditioned him to. Either is he going to be stubborn? Is he going to be stubborn and try to jump out again? You know, if not, what is he going to do? That's when you introduce stuff like, okay, that's when you introduce stuff like delay headbutt. You know, oh, what is he going to do? Nothing. So if he, in this situation, if you did a delay headbutt, if he wakes up super, you block. If he wakes up parry, I mean, GG's. You know, if he jumps out, you're already ready with the lariat. You know, it's those are just the many things about set play that you can introduce. You know, I think that's one department I do think you really like at, is just set play. You know, your neutral is pretty good. But also, you know, I mean, I just said your anti-airs, if you start doing lariat a bit more, you know, regardless, here's the thing about anti-airs. You keep trying until it works. If you can't DP, you keep trying and doing it in a match until it works. Even if you're going to lose the set, but as long as you tried to do it, you know, your brain will eventually click into it. Okay, let me check out Teppo's one. Teppo, I hope you didn't do what Sequetta did and manually type it in. Because okay, perfect. Who's Little Will? All right, Crispy, I'll do yours after this one. Eh? I don't know about this matchup, to be honest. You know, like I don't know if Jury wins it or not. Oh, was that even in your favor? Yep, it was in your favor. Oh, no confirm. Okay. Oh, nice bait. He thought you were gonna do the low. Nice. This should be dead. I already saw two things that but I've got quite a few to say, but I'll say it after this. Goes you. Yeah, she doesn't. She can't really fight the fireball wall. No, she's the character where you have to work on parries. That is hard to check. You know, you're always trade. Oh no, you should have used stand heavy kick. That's the broken jump button, eh? That's the broken jump button. This is so broken, eh? It's so hard to anti it. If you want to jump on someone, use that. Nah, the pros do it a lot. I swear it's gonna hit him because you see, he was walking under, but you went and did. I think you did this and he walked under. You know, you did that and you walked under, but this is so busted. Like, and I don't think Capcom is gonna. Okay, they might, cause that shit gotta go. Oh, that's +7. Wow. Akuma is really busted, eh? Oh, +7 on counter hit. Okay, I thought it was a normal hit. Okay. At least he's a bit leveled. Level 1. Like, yeah, I don't blame you there. It's easy to panic under those situations. Oh, no hit confirm. You really need to work on those ones, eh? Punish. Oh no, I don't think you should have done that. You know the one thing about players in SA, and even Sunny does this. Everybody probably does this. And when you get a clean hit like this, yeah, don't spend drive meter. Especially look at your drive meter. So, okay. He spends some, okay, and then he fumbles here. Yeah, so you guys are pretty much even because your first hit is gonna take half because of a punished counter state, you know, and it gave you at least like 2.5. No, yeah, it gave you 2.5. Don't spend drive meter in this situation. I say this because you want to keep that drive meter advantage, you know. But look what you did. Okay, cool. You got the hit. You wanted to maximize. I understand wanting to maximize, you know. But now you put yourself in threat of wake up super because it's gonna burn you out. You see. Now you have to make executive decisions, but you are on offense. You see, because this was gonna, my bad. This was gonna burn you out, you know, and you were gonna be in trouble, you know, for that decision. But if you had saved the drive meter, and so that even if he wakes up super, you're not gonna be in that much of a disadvantage. Drive gauge is everything in this game. Oh no, that one, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know why you jumped here. I don't know why you jumped here because you were plus, you know, and then when you jumped, you walked forward, and then you tried to back throw. Now you're in trouble. Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, cool. You jumped here. He knew that you were gonna try to put him in the corner, and that's why. Look at these buttons. He knew that you were gonna try to put him in the corner. He pressed throw here. You know, it's just that he was in block stance, so the throw didn't come out. But he still mashed throw because he's like, nah, this guy's gonna put me in the corner. And look at now, you in a bad position. Because you're in a bad position, and you know you're in a bad position, you now want to try and get some advantage. This is why you went offensive like this. I think Will could have capitalized there, but he's busy looking for hit confirms, and I don't know why. Oh no. He should have burned you out, but okay. Yeah, it's fine, take the throw. No! That's what I'm talking about when I say drive meter, because now he can chip you out, so you have to make those kind of decisions. But we'll get to what led to that. Now, there's one thing I really think you need to do. You need to practice hit confirming that is it forward hit if the heavy kick. This one here, you need to practice hit confirming this into a special, and it needs to be like a daily drill, because this is a pretty good button. It's a very good button for Jury, because I mean, even if they block it, you're pretty safe. You really need to focus on this one, because this was going to give you an advantage, you know. And I'd say you're going to get a stock and you're going to have an advantage. So it's a pretty good button. You need to focus on hit confirm this. You're going to have, or this is going to put you in a pretty good advantage. But, and you missed it twice in this set alone. You see here, you didn't spend drive meter, which I think was a good decision. You know, you got a clean hit. You maximize, you went for the punish counter combo, which is pretty good. You know, I'll give you credit for this one. You know, you went for the punish counter combo into the heavy, yeah. Got the bait. Oh no! Again, you see, guys, when I talk about preemptive things, you know, because you need to. So okay, I said this also last week. Now, when you do something, and I was explaining with fireballs, and I said to the guys, when you throw a fireball, there needs to be an intent behind it. Don't throw a fireball for the sake of throwing a fireball. You throw a fireball because you want the opponent to get frustrated, to get to feel like they're losing the ground game, to jump. There needs to be a reason why you're throwing those fireballs. And don't throw the fireballs because someone said just throw fireballs. You know, there needs to be intent. So in this situation, if you're gonna drive as jab, you're obviously baiting out something. You know, so wait and see. Because that's already what you're doing. So commit to that decision. Wait and see why, wait and see what they're going to do afterwards. But here, you preemptively thought he might wake up Perry. I'm taking a wild guess here. He might wake up Perry, you know, and you didn't think about the DP. But wait and see. If you woke up Perry, you might not get the throw, which is fine. But from that range, you might not get the throw, you know, unless you dashed up immediately. I understand that decision, but at least with throw takes some sort of drive, a certain amount of drive gauge, you know. In this case, drive as jab put you in the best situation because he woke up DP, but now because you preemptively thought they're gonna do something and you didn't wait and see. You put him in a less unfavorable position, if that makes sense. Because now, whatever combo you're gonna do, let's say he had health, you know, it's just gonna put him in neutral, you know. But this one, this was dead. I wonder if a DP was gonna kill there. I guess it did kill. But rather safe than sorry.
Round 2. Fight.
But yeah, this is this one, I mean, I don't blame you much because of how he's moving. You know, because he's moving back and forth, it made it hard for you to see to get this thing on block, which is one thing you also need to just work on the spacing, you know. That thing was -4. Why did I think it was -3? Yes, and Jury doesn't win Fireball Wars. That is something I'm gonna say now. Jury doesn't win Fireball Wars. You know, she's just oppressive when she gets in. You know, because of the low fireball. But if you're gonna challenge with this fireball, you're basically giving up 2.5. You know, that you use yes to get in, that's fine. But in the fireball wall, don't even bother. Okay, but for this part, I think you get the gist. We've already touched on this one. But yes, If I can say just three things, is it three things? I probably might go a bit four. There is some things you need to work on, and Feng Shui Engine is a must. You know, you need to work on Feng Shui Engine. You need to be able to do it because it's one of the most fucked up supers in this game. If your character has something fucked up, you need to use it. If you don't use it, you're giving your opponent an advantage. You need to work. You need to use Feng Shui Engine because it's got a lot of mix-ups. You know, some mix-ups you can actually sneak in a drive impact. So jury players, I played three. Yeah, I played three at Capcom Cup. I played Bagheera, I played Jack, and I played Kills You. When they activated Feng Shui Engine, to the casino we go, bruv. Let's see if you're gonna guess right. And most of the time I guess wrong because they mixed in the overhead and the drive impact. It was very hard to block. It's very hard to defend against jury when the player understands Feng Shui Engine. So you need to work on Feng Shui Engine. You need to work on that hit confirming the kick. Is it forward heavy kick or forward heavy punch? But regardless, you need to work on hit confirming those into stock. Because hit confirming that into a stock already gives you an advantage when you get the hit. You know. The third thing that I saw is during strings, you walk back a lot, you know, which I guess it's not really that big of a problem because I doubt a lot of people are going to realize and clip you low, you know, so that's something, that's a different book. We'll chat about that next time, you know, but you need to work on, when you jump on an opponent, don't jump heavy kick, you know, jump, is it down heavy punch or what? That thing is broken. When you jump on the opponent or you want to cross them up, use that button because it's hard to it's hard to anti-air that, you know. So you need to watch a lot of Kills You. I think Kills You is the best one to really take inspiration from. You need to watch Kills You's matches because he really abuses what jury does, you know. And also your meter management. That one. So I touched on that. Your meter management is what really puts you in bad situations. You know, you got it right the first round. You know, the first round I give you credit. You got it right. You know, you just preemptively thought you was going to do something. But yes, if you drive rush jab and you're baiting out something, see if they actually do what you're baiting out first. You know. But yeah, I think other than that, I don't think you're a bad player. You know, I think there's just certain things you need to work on, but I honestly just think you got potential to be a very good player, if I'm being honest. And I hardly say stuff like that. Now, let me see what Crispy got for me. Crispy X, okay. Whoa. Damn, yeah, I knew I typed it something wrong there. I started using heavy kick recently, but I loved using crouch medium punch. Yeah, you need to use that the heavy punch, eh? VAXM. Ah, my ninja's playing Terry. You watch me at the Dorito stand in the Toyota stand. That's what I'm referring to. Damn, I actually need to start doing that actually, but okay. Okay. Yeah, that one was not plus, but yeah. It's fine. You know, let me tell you what I started doing when from Capcom Cup, you know. because I didn't like getting hit by this after a fireball. So, okay, let's start about Terry's advantages in this matchup. You know, because I know Terry, the fireball is pretty good in this matchup. So what I started doing using both fireballs simultaneously. So I do light, medium, light, medium, light, medium, or do medium, medium, light, light, medium, medium, light, light. It's a sequence, but I keep mixing it up so that the key player doesn't read which fireball I'm going to do. The reason why I use light, medium is because the light beats this. Yeah. Here's the funny thing. This beats JP's low fireball, but it doesn't beat Terry's low fireball. I don't know why, but that's just how it is. The hop goes over the low fireball, but that's why you do light, medium, because the medium beats the hop and the overhead, but it doesn't beat this. The light beats this. So you mix it up to the point that each player just decide, you know what, fuck this shit, I'm blocking or I'm parrying or I'm gonna jump. That's what personally I started doing. Oh no, why did that guy do that? Oh, you mean Mr. Dive Rush. I struggle with Keith. I don't know which. I don't fire ball because I get jumped in. That's why I say. That's what I was saying earlier on to the guys. I said if you're gonna fireball with an intent. You know, what are you looking to counter? Do you want the guy to jump? If you want the guy to jump, you're probably gonna fireball 2 times, see what they're doing. You know, just dance around in neutral. You know, fireball, dance around a bit more, jump out. Thank you very much. DP. You know, it's you need to have a set play for fireballs. That is not true, but it's fine. Yeah, he caught him trying to backdash. Okay. I like that jab. Nice. Yeah, this is actually here's the part I personally don't like about it, but for Terry is after this your turn is over. Yeah, so that's why he challenged. You know, because after that your turn is over. So I know I take chances because there's not much they can get even if they counter hit me. And that's just a matchup thing. Because this was not plus, but it is what it is. That also would have held up or mashed DP. You know, from your opponent, I don't blame him for doing this. Yeah, because it's only -4, but I don't blame him for trying to command grab you because most Terry players, including myself, I would have just sat and blocked or maybe mashed DP. Oh, you got I remember you asking me about this. Oh man, this guy didn't want to sit still. The drive rush stand heavy punch is actually legit. Drive rush throw is not legit. After forward throw, that is. Okay, go for the Oki. Oh, yeah, that you can't do against lights. You know, you have to go for crouch. You have to go for against lights. Don't go for the stand heavy punch. I know from experience that it always misses. Oh, he could have back thrown you, but he wants it to damage. Oh no. Oh, this is not good. Oh, he could have killed. He could have killed without this, but I don't think you're surviving this one. Wait, what? Wrong. I think also because in this matchup, as I said, you need to fireball. You know, don't be afraid to get jumped in on, but you need to fireball to make him think of the jump in. Because right now he's walking you to the corner with just this. Okay, this was a gamble because because this was easy corner. You know, so it was a gamble, but that works, which is, I guess, fine. Hard knockdown. I think you need to, again, this was a free stand heavy hit. Oh. Because he mistimed the SPD. Oh, my bad. It was a free, look at the spacing you would have got it. You know? And at the same time, you only use one bomb, which is what I tell people, and I was saying to Tepo earlier on, is the fact that resource management is good in this game. It's so good, you know, if you can manage your resources and your opponent can't manage the resources, by the time it's round 2, you already won. But I guess this is also not too much of a bad option. Now don't be afraid to meet him, because in this situation, you see this, Keith. Oh, what did I do? You know, if Keith woke up level 2 there, it was gonna miss. So in this matchup, don't be afraid to meaty. So if you had dashed up crouch medium punch and for Keith, you'll either be 0 to +1. If he woke up level 2, the game was gonna record Terry blocking because his level 2 takes a while to start up, you know. At the same time, you can still throw him. You can still throw him, but I guess in this situation, you are probably looking out for something. Yeah, that as I said, Terry's stand heavy punch doesn't punish the lights. Nah, this one was. I'm pretty sure he could have killed you for that, yeah? I'm 100% sure he could have killed you without I can't do the air one, but anywho, forward heavy kick, Salahem level 1 kills. Okay, we're talking Terry here. Yeah, we'll get to Keith another time. Let me not lose the plot. But yes, he could have killed you without even spending meter. Now this one, I don't blame. Once you got hit by the level 2, it was very tough for you to get to what did I do now? After you got hit by the level 2, I mean, it was very tough for you to come back from that one. The one thing about Terry that a lot of people really don't face they don't put a lot of time in is because for each matchup, he needs to play differently depending on that matchup. And I'm gonna get to that. Oh, I like that you got your anti-airs. You see, this is why I'm saying that you need to fireball, because if you fireball, you force these kind of situations, you see, where the opponent starts thinking he's gonna fireball, and especially if you do what I do with Terry, when I do light, medium, and he doesn't know which one is coming out, you'll start seeing them dance in the air. What did you do there? Oh yeah, that you drive rush a bit. You see, you dive rushed a bit late on that one. There was no button you're gonna press that was gonna beat the throw. Oh, man. Wait, could you have stand hit it with that? Nope, you recovered in time. Wow. Okay. There's nothing you could have done there. That's fine. Yeah, this time you try to. He knew that you're gonna try and jump because the first time you did jump, you know, so he played it safe. I can tell. That's why I see you what you call this, waking up soup and so forth. Yeah, this one, you could have done a nice combo with this one. You get double stand fierce if it comes if it hits us double as a punish counter. You in burnout. Oh, I thought I was gonna go for the jump. Okay. No DP. Punish. No! Oh man! Oh no! This one, this easiest one would have killed. Would it actually? Yeah, it would have. The easiest thing would have killed. You know. Oh, you died for that. You know, you died for that. You know. But yeah, anywho. I think your biggest issue, you know, and this is a matchup thing. Your biggest issue is how you approach the Geef matchup. You know, you are not comfortable with how you move. You know, this is very important, especially in fighting games. You know, how you move, you know, will make the opponent either mistime something or make them whiff. Now, in this matchup, okay, cool. When you're already at this range, your best fireball is obviously the medium fireball. You know, at this range, the medium fireball is pretty good because he can't. Well, most characters can't drive impact. You know, you're just driving impact back. But against him, you know he's got the stand fierce, but you want to now make him frustrated so that he jumps. So you're going to use the medium and light simultaneously. You go medium light or light medium, you know. And then you're not going to do that forever because you have to. The one thing I got to give Terry credit for is he controls. He probably is one of the best characters at controlling the pace of the game. You know, but the minute you panic with how you move, just know it's probably GG's for you. So you always need to be confident with how you approach things. But before you can be confident, you need to understand where he can win. You know, in this matchup, the fireballs are pretty good, but it has to come with an intent. I want to get this guy to start jumping, so I'm going to make him frustrated on the ground. Light, medium, you know. And then once he gets hit a couple of times, you let go. You know, now we play neutral. The button you use, you know, for this matchup, you are using stand. This button is pretty good. You know, this button is pretty good against Geef, and it was actually working because you're making him think twice. You know, but then you stop using it. Here's also an advantage that Terry has in this matchup. You know, so what Terry can do in this matchup, that's unique to people who don't have a DP, is he can do this for free. When I say for free, is that you can go into training mode and learn how to hit confirm this. You know what I mean by hit confirm is if he blocks, you can just do that. You know, And if he gets hit, well, now he blocked, so you just do that. And then if he gets hit, you can just do that. You know, it's very good against characters without DPs. You know, it's one advantage he has against characters without DPs. Geef can't do nothing about that, even when he's got super. You know, even when he's got super, because his level 1 only hits airborne. His level 2 has a mad slow startup. You know, his level 3 will get you, no doubt about that. You can't, you will lose to the level 3. But he has to, and it's very hard for him to guess what you're going to do, because he might think you're going to do a drive rush, and then he drive reversals the target combo. You still keep your drive meter. You know, that is very good against characters without DPs. Works on Manon, works on it works on Lily. Because her DP is not invincible. I don't know why. It's only invincible. It's very good against Kimberly. Any character without a regular DP is very good against, you know. But it stops being good. Yeah, it stops being good when they've got level 1, because then they can really do damage on you. I like the stagger pressure. And I honestly like the stagger pressure. You know what a nice thing about this thing as well, you know, that Terry has. After this, if you do that and he backdashes, you can still you can hold up back. You know, so let's say, okay, I did the throw and he backdash, you can still do this. He can't throw you in the corner or backdash SPD after the DP. After this DP and you dash forward like that, he can't throw you in the corner. You can still jump out like that. You know, that's just some little things there that I learned. You don't really have to input it just then, you know. But I'm just saying. I think you know what. Here you were just too late. My bad. You're just too late. If you're earlier, it's gonna be +1. So that we already spoke about. But yeah, you see what I mean. The big issue is obviously how you move. You don't seem too confident in approaching Keith. It's almost like you're waiting for him to make a mistake. And to be fair, Terry is the character that doesn't really get things started. He waits for the opponent to make a mistake. But this matchup is one of the very few matchups he can actually start something. You know. Because from here, you started panicking already. I get it because your drive meter is low, but resetting against Geef is pretty good. It's pretty easy because you have the fireball. Utilize the fireballs to make him be paid, look at it like a stop sign. Start using the fireballs like a stop sign. You know, back up, fireball. You know, force him to do something like jump, which will then give you drive meter. They're very good in this matchup. So that you got hit. Oh, he didn't drive rush. Yeah, you didn't get the drive rush. Yeah, you see like there, but if I was saying drive rush, because if he had blocked that overhead, it's a free SPD. But yeah, I think your big issues, and it's not really a big issue. It's like minor things. It's just more on how you approach matchups. You know, against Geef, you need to. So basically, what you just need to focus on is where are your advantages in this match. You know, so obviously with Geef, we know the fireballs, the target combo. Burnt Knuckle, I think Burnt Knuckle is also good against Geef. I think it's very good because Burnt Knuckle is a stop sign to say stop walking forward. You know, sit back a bit. So I do like the Burnt Knuckle, but I think you mistimed the spacing of the Burnt Knuckles way too often because you didn't get the screen shake in this match. You know, the screen shake to say that you're plus, you didn't get it. Most of the time you're minus, which forced you to make a decision. You know, I think you need to work on your burn knuckle spacing because it's a nice skip neutral too for Terry. You know, especially when you want to get in, it's a nice skip neutral tool. But yes, I think start small. You know, start with just focusing on where Terry has an advantage in this matchup, and then go from there. Because the one thing that makes Terry have a high skill ceiling is because each matchup he has to play fundamentally different. You know, so start small, know where the advantages are for Terry, and then work on those. You know, but in terms of general play, I would say work on burn knuckle spacing, work on your fireball game. Those two. So work on, when I say fireball game, I mean like your set play for fireballs. Okay, I'm throwing the lights with the intent of you doing this, with the intent that I want you to do this, you know. I'm throwing the medium with the intent of it's just a poke. I just want to let you know that I have this option, you know. I'm throwing the light because I don't want us to get into a fireball war. I want you to understand that we're gonna trade, you know. Or I'm throwing the medium because I wanna poke and I wanna force you to start thinking about the jump, you know. Oh, okay, you're not walking forward, burn knuckle. You know, or you're walking forward too much, burn knuckle. But you understand, but just know the spacing for getting the screen shape, you know. It's gonna take a lot of repetition, you know. You're gonna rinse, repeat those kind of things, but you'll eventually get it right, you know. So I think we'll start small. I don't want to tell you like a big Bible of what you need to do because most of the things you'll forget. But yeah, just those 4 things that I think you need to focus on. You know, your fireball game, which is a set play for fireballs. Learning to hit confirm the crouch, medium kick, heavy kick, target combo, burn knuckle, your spacing, and just understanding where Terry shines in a match. Just focus on those. And then, I mean, if you get right with those ones, then we can start looking at other ones, you know. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it for the replays. You know, I need to join my madam quick for dinner, you know. But remember, I do this every Friday. Every Friday, 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock is, well, basically, yeah, 7 o'clock. Every Friday, 6:30 or 7 is stream time. We're gonna run with this format of just playing casuals first, and then heading into replay analysis, you know, and then maybe you have watch other pros replays, you know, and see what we can learn as together, you know. But yeah, much appreciated, guys, for tuning in. You know, catch you next week Friday. Cheers.